Epistemology. The term epistemology is derived from two Greek words, episteme, which means knowledge, and logia means science or study. The philosophical study of the nature, origin, and limits of human knowledge. The theory of knowledge, especially with regard to its methods, validity, and scope, and the distinction between justified belief and opinion. Epistemology in the social science. It's an investigation in the epistemology of the social sciences with readings on the philosophy of social science and science in general, questions of evidence. A unifying independent study that will give an excellent understanding of the issues in the epistemology and how then apply to the social sciences. Epistemological social science is a subtopic of the philosophical area of study with a substantial amount of literature available. By study of epistemology, the study of what is knowledge in social science, how knowledge is acquired in social science, how knowledge is justified, and how social scientists come to know what they know. Focus of epistemology means that concentrate on the methods employed in the social sciences, the history of those methods and the knowledge resulting from those methods, methods of knowledge acquisition, theory building, and basis for knowledge in the social sciences by focusing on economics, philosophy, and sociology. The social sciences are disciplines that study individual and group behavior and include anthropology, economics, geography, history, political science, psychology, social studies, and sociology. Two reasons are there. First, because each employs different ways of knowing and together they largely representative of all social science. Secondly, because within social science, these three disciplines have the most crossover in the area of study. While each discipline within social science customizes its methodologies, the epistemological basis for each methodology remains largely unchanged. This is the view of Michael Griffith. He hopes that by studying three disciplines, one can determine how to criticize each method independent of its theoretical framework, and furthermore, why each discipline customizes its methodology and what impact that has on theory in that discipline. Then, phenomenology. It's a study of structures of consciousness as experienced from the first person's point of view. The central structure of an experience is intentionality. It's being directed towards something as it is an experience of or about some object. Phenomenology as a discipline relates to other disciplines in philosophy. Ontology, epistemology, logic, and ethics came into early 20th century in the works of Husserl, Heidegger, Sartre, Merleau-Ponty, and others. Phenomenological issues of intentionality, consciousness, qualia, and first-person perspective have been prominent in recent philosophy of mind. What is phenomenology? Phenomenology is commonly understood in either two ways, as a disciplinary field in philosophy or as a movement in the history of philosophy. Then Hegel's phenomenology of mind is very important. While we study about the phenomenology, it is very important to understand what is Hegel's phenomenology of mind. Then Husserl, he is also a German philosopher. Same application to social science has been undertaken by his school. German philosopher Husserl is very important. The term Van der Loos phenomenology of religion is also given utmost importance. Then evolutionary epistemology. Evolutionary epistemology is a naturalistic approach to epistemology, which emphasizes the importance of natural selection in two primary roles. First one, selection is the generator and maintainer of the reliability of our senses and cognitive mechanisms as well as the fit between those mechanisms and the world. The second role, trial and error learning and the evolution of scientific theories are constructed as selection processes. Multi-level evolution. Dual transmission models put forward by Boyd and Richardson. Trait was affected biogenetic to cultural evolution. The multiple population models, HARMS, constructed multi-dynamic population model of bumblebee learning. Mutual information between distributions of sensor types, overt foraging behaviors, and the internal foraging preferences on the one hand, and environmental states on the other hand was assessed and compared to average fitness of the population states. Information presence in overt behaviors may be underutilized, and that acceptation of sensor mechanism for preference formation can bring out the utilization of that information. Then epistemology and learning theories. Epistemology, as said earlier, is a branch of philosophy that investigates the origin, nature, methods, and limits of human knowledge. Such beliefs influence the development of knowledge because they are considered to be the central values or theories that are functionally connected to most other beliefs and knowledge. And this view is taken from Hofer and Pintrich, published in 1997. Our own personal epistemology influences our theories of learning and consequently how we approach, design, and deliver our classes. The term must to describe epistemological positions vary depending on the acquisition of knowledge. A brief overview of key terms is presented in the figure given below. From this figure, we can understand that the origin of knowledge is evolved from objectivism, pragmatism, interpretivism, then leads to acquiring knowledge, then again contributed to empirism, pragmatism, constructivism. Finally, each and every component leads to pre-procedural knowing, procedural knowing, and construction knowing. And now come to the conclusion that each learning theory or psychological explanation of teaching and learning can be traced back to one of these main epistemological traditions. Thank you.